You've been basically an academic your entire life, and then all of a sudden your government says, just kidding, your next mission is to kill. What do you do?
Oh, it's time for class.
Welcome back, classmates. Tonight we're reviewing the new sci-fi thriller space adventure movie, I.S.S.
War has broken out below, and we were told to take the I.S.S. by any means necessary.
So, Joseph, what'd you think about I.S.S.?
So it's a really cool premise, and I like the idea. There is tense moments in this movie for sure, but I feel like in between moments of those tense moments, plus the tense moments, kind of like watered it down to, for me, just like a little bit lackluster. And that's not to say the movie was like bad or anything. I felt like it had the potential to be a really, really kind of nail-biting, tense movie. Yeah, I feel like the build-up to the tense scenes could have been a little bit better executed, and that's kind of how I feel about the whole movie, is that it wasn't executed perfectly, but it wasn't like they didn't completely miss the mark. What I did like about the movie was it's a very kind of tight story, very short. It's about, just a little over 90 minutes. What I didn't like about the movie was anytime the shots would go outside of the space station and you would see the space station floating in space and you would see Earth and behind it, the CG wasn't really up to par compared to like other movies that we've been spoiled with, like The Creator or Interstellar, or even Gravity is I think a good comparison. Another detractor a little bit was you don't see any wires or anything really,
but they're there.
But you can tell that they're there.
Yeah.
You can see the harnesses. Everybody has a shot where it looks like they have diaper butt, and their pants and like maybe under the shirt is just being pulled by the wires. And there's some moments where they're like, the way that they're floating, it's like something's pulling them. Yeah. They're not like floating organically. Yeah, I mean there's like some little moments in there that little sparks that I enjoyed, but there was quite a bit of stuff that doesn't really happen in between all of that. But it is short. It is a short movie, and I wouldn't say that it's not worth a watch. I think it is worth a watch, but maybe not theater. I don't think it's a theater movie. It feels like it could have done really well. I feel like on a like straight to stream. There was about 6 people in my theater, and then
what do you come down on it for a grade?
Probably like a C plus maybe at most. It's not something that I would probably revisit over something else. But yeah, so it was okay.
Okay, cool. So the things I really liked about this movie is, number one, very fast. There was a movie that came out a couple years ago on Netflix, straight to Netflix, I think, called Stowaways. One of the pit crew or whatever for the space station somehow got on the rocket, and they had an extra body for this long-term trip, and they didn't have enough air or food for it. That was another really tight, like self-contained sort of space like thriller movie. That was a pretty rough watch. I.S.S. I kind of enjoyed myself throughout. There was never any moments where I'm thinking, oh, this is an all-time great scene right here. But there was a number of moments that I thought, what would I do in this situation? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the strength of this movie, is you're put in a very simple situation. You're an American on this I.S.S., this International Space Station, or you're a Russian on this International Space Station. The context of the characters is you've spent your entire life being a nerd, learning the best of your field because you're a scientist going up on the I.S.S. That's what they do up there. And you're trying to conduct experiments, and you somehow pass through all the qualifications, get through NASA, get the highest in your field, are physically fit enough, and they send you up to the ISS, and they don't explicitly say you need to kill the people over there, but they say take the ISS by any means necessary. That is the message. That is your new objective. So do you follow your country? Do you have the gumption or the wherewithal to be able to actually take another person's life? Or do you go out about it in a separate direction? Do you come clean? Do you say, hey, we just got this message. I'm sure you guys got the same message. Let's not kill each other, please. Yeah. Because we're all, until we get on Earth, we are all in this together. Who the hell knows what's happening down there? We're up here. Let's work together and then sort it out. And then if we get past that, let's rock, paper, scissors, fork, or something. Can you even trust people to do that? So I thought that was the most interesting part about me, is what would I do in that situation? And then every step along the way, the way story unfolds, it gets a little bit more confusing and a little bit more muddy. And you're saying, okay, well, they're definitely the bad guys now. Oh wait, okay, maybe they weren't. Maybe not both of them. Maybe just some of them are the bad guys. So I like the twists. I like the reveals. I thought that the way the story unfolded was very fun. and straight to the point. It was a fun time. I knew it was going to be kind of a small scale movie, and with a little bit of a thriller action, a little bit of a suspense action. Which way are they going to go with this? Which way would I go with this? And that's pretty much what I got. So I think I'm going to come down on this right around a B. I'd say this is about a B for me. If it was pretending to be something else and it failed, I would knock it down a grade.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a nice, tight 90-minute thriller set on a sealed, contained International Space Station. Great high concept plot. What are you going to do in this situation? And the way it unfolds was something that I didn't expect. I would say it's worth your time to go see it in theaters. If you're a big movie fan, if you're a casual movie fan, save your money for something else and wait for it to go on streaming.
I think part of it going into the movie was that I knew the premise, and I knew I was like, oh, this should be exciting, intense, and all this stuff. And it was that, but it just didn't quite live up to the expectations that I set in my own mind to what I think a tense movie should be. And I think there just wasn't enough.
It's a small scale movie. I had fun with it. I think I liked it quite a bit more than you did. But you didn't hate it though.
No, I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad movie. It just didn't do it for me.
I think one thing we agree upon is I'm probably not going to revisit this anytime soon. I feel like it was a one and done, but I enjoyed my night.
But like it could all been avoided if they just talked to each other.
I think that's the takeaway. Talk to each other, people. All right, there you have it, YouTube. I.S.S. gets a C from Joseph and a B from Pete. Maybe worth your time in theaters, but definitely worth it on streaming or for a $6 rental. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments just how wrong we are about I.S.S.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here.
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you later.
See you later.
That's a wrap.
Great show.